Well, my abysmal camera operating skills. The previous movie didn't do a very good job showing anything at the end except for the bottom here, so I'm doing a better close-up of the board itself. It was turned around the other way before, but this is like how I was looking at it before as I was playing it. So up here, this is where power would come in, right in here, ground and positive. And then that gets dropped down to a consistent 3.3 volts, whether you're using a 5, 6, 7, I believe you can go up to 27 volts. So you could, if you had it set up right, I suppose you could use a lantern battery or a car battery and power this thing forever. So then your power basically goes into the VCCs right here and grounds right there. And from there, it just waits until you press the key. That takes the pin from high to low. All the pins are pulled up. That gives a more consistent response. And up here are the range buttons, up and down, to take the register up to the next octave. This is C to C. It starts at C4, which is middle C. And you can tell I tried to line it up such that it looks kind of like what you'd be looking at on a piano, C, and then the 2 black and the 3 black, as I call it. I'm not, my music skills are not great either. So these are all the jumpers I made and then just ground all these down here. So basically all I had to do was hook up signal all the way around the chip from pins 2 to 14, representing 13 volts. And then basically this uses every single available pin because it uses 13 for the notes, 2 more for the up and down on the range, so that's 15, and then the audio out from pin 19, that's 16. Well, that's really all you can work with because you got your VCC and ground, test and reset for the other 4. So this is a 10K trimmer and a 200 ohm resistor. So this is where sound would come out. You just hook your speaker in right here. That speaker, by the way, that's also from a toy. So this LED is from a toy, and I think maybe some of the resistors are as well. So if you have an old broken toy and you're just going to throw it out, hey, rip it open. You might get lucky and get a battery case out of it, or switches, or any number of things. Still working on my soldering, so I'm not great at pulling things off boards without completely frying the component. So, like I said, this is the area where I'd like to maybe get into a real power amplification, so I'm not drawing so much out of that output pin. So everything else pretty much segues right into looking at the code. So the next session we'll be done looking at the hardware for a while until we get into maybe checking out advanced power mode, or checking out how to hook up your breadboard such that you can still take your Inertia skit and download it straight to the chip. It's actually pretty dang simple. This resistor was about the only tricky part, but had to figure that out just to put this on the breadboard in the first place, to keep reset pulled high. Otherwise your chip is in a state of perpetual reset. So you can't just hook up VCC and ground and expect things to work. Got to make sure you account for the reset as well, since the reset is the granddaddy of all interrupts. It's what a lot of the chip is based on. So that's it for now. Thanks again.